When a baby arrives, life is never the same. Because when a child is born, a parent is born too.
That stinks.
And no one can prepare you for it. That's me, Leanna Stewart. I'm a filmmaker and first-time mum to Marcelli. I always ask myself, is this normal? So I've teamed up with Johnson's Baby to meet others around the country, experiencing parenthood for the first time, like me.
I know.
I've done a PhD and I think it's possibly the hardest thing I've done.
Yeah, I definitely feel like there's always something new to worry about.
You're literally thrown into the world of parenthood on your own.
Yeah, I know.
You ready?
Do you like breastfeeding?
It's weird because it's painful and it's all on you and that's stressful, but there's something nice about it's something only I can give her.
At this point, I just there's no really I can do, so I just make myself a cup of tea or something. leave her to get on with it.
The first couple of days, it felt really surreal. I cried at my daughter's first bowel movement. Yeah, that's me as a parent. At one point, I woke up and said to Michael, I dreamed we had a baby. And he said, yeah, she's here, she's hungry, feed her.
It's a baby box you get given it by the Scottish Government. They said it helps massively when you're doing stuff around the house. You can just, as I say, stick them in the box.
And they can sleep in it without the lid on. We've been together for 17 years, since we were 16. I still can't believe we've finally got here after 7 years. We've had at least 3 miscarriages and we've had 2 rounds of IVF. We never ever thought we would get here, but here we are.
Oh, there we go.
What were you like changing the nappy for the first time?
First time. I was alright until he peed on me. I learned quickly that you can't hang around or you end up getting wet.
Is he weeing on you?
Yeah.
Oh, love that.
You weeing on Daddy again?
Why did you use that muslin, Liam?
Because it stops it from spraying all over me.
Bless you, baby. Bless you, baby. There you go, you're all done now.
You're done now, look. I sort of come into parenthood thinking straight away it's just going to be fun, it's going to be laughs, chucking them about, going to the park, but yeah, it's kind of slapped me in the face a little bit.
Hiya, you alright?
Burp him and then I'll change his nappy then.
Does he need changing now?
Do you know what, the first nappy I changed...
Was in the hospital?
Because I said, Liam, I think he needs changing.
So then I've changed his nappy and it was like a black tar, wasn't it? And I had it all up my arm, my hands. Yeah, it was terrible.
Yeah, I was quite nervous for Liam. But I think Liam's really handled it really well.
There you go.
He's a great dad. He's very sensitive.
So if I'm driving with him on my own and he's in the car seat, I keep turning my music down to check that he's breathing and make sure he's making noise.
Everybody always forgets about the dad in the situation and on how they're feeling and what they're mentally and physically going through.
The time you get to yourself that you had before is no longer there. Yeah. Just put dummy in.
It's almost like they know.
Yeah, they do.
They can hear the kettle switch off and they know you're going to have a hot drink, so they're like, oh, let's cry. I know. And we have a little baby massage time. Yeah, so we have a conveyor belt system on the go. So I am in charge of changing, which normally consists of a pooey nappy. So I change, freshen up. This is round 1. Then we move to the next part of the operation. And then we have quiet. When we first brought them home, because they'd been in a special care unit, we wanted that day to come so much. So every day I was like, I just want to bring them home. And then when we brought them home and we placed them down, we just looked at each other and said, what do we do now?
I think it felt quite normal quite quickly. We had a home birth.
You're suddenly at home, but suddenly there's a whole new person there, and like she's your whole world. Hello, my little love.
Imogen looks at me and I'm the only person that can do anything to make her feel better in that moment, and that's a big responsibility.
You hungry?
Yeah.
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 There you go. Jump in. That stinks.
She's got your fast.
I don't stink.
It was hard work to get pregnant. We took 18 months, and in the middle of that 18 months, I had an emergency operation on my neck, basically to save my life. If I'd not have had it, I would have ended up paralysed.
How do you think you're both doing as parents?
I mean, them first 48 hours were tough and they were hard, and I was worried because I could see Mark wasn't coping very well. Yeah, then if you put that in there, and then we can layer on it, can't we?
How have you found changing baby, Mark?
Do you know what? Sometimes she plays ball, and sometimes she doesn't. Yeah. Ooh. I'm doing all this wrong, aren't I? Having Beatrix is just... It's overwhelming slightly, because your heart does flutter. It really does. I never thought it would. It doesn't open all the way up. I know. I am worried slightly about having a baby and being clinically depressed. It's not easy. I went straight away to the doctors when I could feel myself getting anxious. It does scare me, but taking the tablets, taking a day at a time. If I feel I'm getting anxious, and then I'll come back, look at beautiful Beatrix, and the world's better again.
Right, come on, Missy.
So Tony works away a lot, and he's going to be away for about 3 months. He's never gone away for that long, the whole time we've been together.
There you go, see? Calming you down.
And it's terrifying.
What's that for?
It's a wash mitt. What do you think it's for?
Every time I look at Imi and I think, oh, I don't want to go away. It sucks, I'm not going to lie. I just wonder how much am I going to miss.
So we got a tops made saying Ridgers 5 coming soon.
Had to be football related, didn't it?
Mark is a professional footballer for St Vincent Caledonia and Thistle.
Like I could potentially miss his birthday. You know, I could miss, like, I don't know, like his first steps, I could be away for that, you know.
He doesn't get time off, so he doesn't get parental leave. We had Roman on the Wednesday, he got Thursday off. Friday he was back to training and Saturday had a game.
I've made a terrible cup of tea. You make a better cup of tea than that, and you're not even English.
Mom, I'm Mama, and Mom, and you're Mum.
Mummy. Yeah. I think it's just a lot more work in the beginning for a same-sex couple, because you can't just go out and get miraculously pregnant. You have to really plan for everything. So we started the fertility journey about 2.5 years ago.
And it's the chance to have a baby either. It's not you're paying to 100% get a baby. Yeah, so then it was the egg transfer and then see if I'm pregnant 5 weeks later, and we were really lucky that I was the first time.
You pick your company, you pick your donor eventually. There's a box that they can tick that says that they're happy to be contacted. It was really important for us to have someone that did want to be contacted, because I grew up without a dad and I know what it's like to grow up without knowing where half of you comes from. Sleep deprivation is like torture. But torture in that you get to hold the cutest thing in the world in your arms while you're being tortured.
We're very happy, but we're also very tired because she didn't really sleep last night at all.
The first couple of days he was there, it used to drive me insane.
And I think after some part of the evening we've been delirious.
And trying to sleep when they sleep is so hard because there's all the other life stuff you need to do.
Little hair wash. Little hair wash.
Just the drop, is it?
Yeah. I thought parenthood would be a lot less sleep. I think I get more sleep than I thought I would get.
I don't have a baby jug, like a plastic one, so I just use a mug.
You like a bath, don't you? You don't know what you're doing when you're bathing them either. You just sort of have to feel confident so she can feel your confidence as well.
Oh. There you go.
Let's put a little towel on your head.
Life as a parent is not always straightforward. but it is rewarding. I'll revisit the families in the summer to see how they're doing. And as someone who's 3 months ahead of them,
teething has begun.
I can tell you it's full of wonderful surprises.